TBN, welcome to our home.
Hey, I'm Kristian, I'm 26 and I work in the film industry.
And I'm Sandi, I'm 23 and I'm a PhD student.
So the condo is just over 500 square feet and we bought it for just over 500,000.
So our neighborhood, Regent Park, we're right near Leslieville, which is a lovely neighborhood as well, near Cabbagetown, which is really nice. The neighborhood's being redeveloped currently, and so there's a lot of change, but it means that there's a lot of new amenities being added, and there's a lot of green space, which is really nice for the city. It's called Regent Park because it's designed in sort of a park format where there's a giant park in the middle of the neighborhood, and then buildings surrounding it. As a resident of the neighborhood, we also get free access to the new aquatic center that was built a few years ago, which is nice. Yeah. Given that the pantry used to be the coat closet, this was actually just a dead space. The previous owners had some IKEA cabinets there and then a shoe rack, but it wasn't very cohesive. So we put in this shoe rack and then a matching coat rack holder, and we have our baskets up there with winter hats and that kind of thing. And it's made the space a lot more functional.
This is the bathroom. We recently did a little renovation in here. It used to be very sort of standard builder grade. It's obviously not a big bathroom, and so we decided to make some changes to make it a little bit more user-friendly. We installed a new vanity and medicine cabinet, some shelves to decorate, and a sliding door, which I will show you right now, because the old door used to open here and actually cut off most of the bathroom, so you couldn't really actually access the vanity. The next project is to replace the shower curtain with a sliding door, which should hopefully open it up, make it a little bit brighter. It was quite a fun renovation. Surprisingly easy.
Just 3 days. Something we're not crazy about with the neighborhood is the lack of grocery store selection. The only 2 grocery stores in the neighborhood are budget grocery stores, which isn't a big deal for most things, but in terms of getting fresh produce, it's a bit of a struggle.
I've lived in Toronto for just over 2 years. Moved down here for work. And the process of moving here was, it's a very aggressive market. I think most people know that. We bought this place, so there was a certain amount of bidding war, and we looked at a whole bunch of places and put in offers on a few before finding this one.
And constantly got outbid by like $100,000.
Well, I mean, I think the one benefit of this area is that it is still really up and coming, so it wasn't as highly sought after, I guess, as some other parts of the city that are a bit more popular for condo living. It is growing quickly though, so I think we got in at the right time. This is the kitchen. The island is what really sold it. It's otherwise a pretty standard sort of wall kitchen like you get in most condos, but having the island as a workspace is hugely advantageous.
So when we bought the place, this was a coat closet, but there was no pantry in the unit. So we built a custom shelving system out of just like pine, and it's worked out really well so far. And we even had room at the bottom to put in a wine fridge. So this is our balcony. It's a pretty good size for the size of the condo. It's actually pretty oversized. I wish we had a few more square feet in the condo. The only downside about it is we face east, and so we get sunrise if you're up that early, and then sun until about 11 a.m. and then it goes over to the other side. So no sunsets, but this is by far the nicest view in the building. So this is our living room, and now that all my school's online, this is also my home office. So you may have noticed we have a lot of plants in here. We have, I think, 22 plants of various sizes. This is by far my favorite. It's a money tree, but I got it for Kristian when he first moved down to Toronto, and I got it when it was about this big. And so it's been 3 years, and it's doing very well, I think. So if our apartment was a celebrity, I think it would be Hugh Grant in the movie Music and Lyrics, where he co-stars with Drew Barrymore. In that movie, he has an apartment full of plants, but he has a plant waterer, and I assume if a celebrity lived in this place with all these plants, they probably wouldn't water them themselves. And yeah, it's a bit of a bachelor pad vibe, but then there are some feminine touches that make it accommodating to female guests.
This is the bookshelf. We have a lot of books and CDs and records, which probably seems kind of silly in a 500 square foot apartment, but I think it adds a lot of warmth and intrigue. We have a lot of literature, as well as a lot of books on history and architecture and music and movies. Poetry, if you're into that sort of thing. And CDs, because I think CDs are gonna make the same comeback that vinyl has made. You know, one day everyone's gonna want to buy CDs. Right now, nobody wants them, but when that happens, we've got a big selection. We're gonna be in good shape. This is my prized possession. It's the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack. It's a fantastic album, written by, among other artists, the Bee Gees. We have a lot of original artwork in here. These two pieces and this one as well was done by a friend of mine, Simon Pettipiece, who is now working in Montreal. But he does a lot of art with building materials, so this one is made out of drywall. This is an original illustration that I got as a wrap gift on a movie that I did. It was done by an artist friend of one of my colleagues, and it's a screen grab from one of the scenes in the film. If you can guess who the actor is in question, comment below. We got this chair at a really great store nearby in Leslieville, a store called Guff that refurbishes old furniture. It was the first new piece of furniture that we bought when we moved here. I mean, when I moved here, I brought a lot of furniture that I had previously, and then when Sandy moved in, we sort of coalesced what we had. We bought a few new pieces since living here, the chairs and the shelves and things like that, and of course some of the artwork that we've added. So there wasn't really ever like a plan of how to decorate. It just kind of came together. I think when you live in a small space, you have to obviously make use of it, and I think one of the most important things is that everything in this apartment has a place.
This is our bedroom. It's not very big, but it fits a queen size bed and 2 bedside tables. When we first moved in, it was just a standard mirrored sliding door with not very much shelving and some hanging space. And so Kristian got these IKEA closets and made us his and hers closets, which is really nice. And so he has his spot, and I've got my side, and then we've got our dress clothes and our jewelry in the middle, and our laundry hamper.
One thing that really did appeal to me when we saw it first were all the windows. The balcony is oversized for the size of the condo, really. The kitchen, it was very functional, and it's a pretty open concept space. It was very bright, which is important, especially in a city where you often get kind of crowded out by the other buildings. The condo has a lot of nice features to it. We have an in-house washer dryer, which was really great. Our bedroom is divided from the rest of the condo, but it's divided by a paned sort of sliding door, so we get natural light in the bedroom as well. We don't have parking, but we don't have a car, and we don't really need one. The transit in this neighborhood is pretty good. We have a couple streetcars that are around. We're not too far from the subway. We're also walking distance to most things, and the city downtown, we can walk downtown in about 20-25 minutes. So it's rarely an issue. A lot of bike lanes around here. We both bike a lot, so it's pretty easy to get to green space and down to the lake. And